Morning, everyone. It's Phil here. Welcome to this edition of the Graduate Newsletter. I had a question recently I thought might be useful to share that I was asked about the lightning process, which is something that comes up every now and again. People say, I've been doing the process, I'm doing really well, but I keep on doing the process almost ritually or habitually. Do I need to do that? Because it feels like it distracts me from being here and now and present because I've got to do all the steps and take myself back. And it's an interesting question. Do you have to do the process every day? Well, there's two parts to the answer to this. First of all, we need to distinguish the process from the steps. So the steps are like the stop and the choice and the coach. Those are the steps. But that's not the process. The process is really the journey from being stuck in whatever way you have been stuck in your life to flourishing, where you feel like life is moving on and you're doing well and you're getting what you want from life. So that's the process. The process is kind of a complete journey from getting stuck to having a great life, getting a life that you love. And the steps, stop, choice, coach, etc., are a way to get that. But they're not the lightning process itself. They're the simplest way we've decided that most people can take on to make that journey. And this means if all you do to get into a good state and feel like your life's moving on is to kind of go stop, and that's enough to shift you into thinking, I feel fine now, I'm back here, I'm back in the moment, I'm moving forwards, then we would say you've done the process. You haven't done all the steps, but you have done the process, because the process is this journey from stuck to flourishing. So now you're feeling like you're flourishing and you're out of the pit and moving your life on. Equally, if you do all the steps but you don't move into a state of feeling like you're living a life you love and flourishing and moving on, then we'd say you haven't done the process yet, because the process is that journey. You may have done the steps, but you haven't achieved the end result, which is the process. So coming back to the original question, do I need to use the process every day, even if I'm feeling fine? Well, you need to use the process because you want to be in a state of flourishing. That's the kind of philosophy and concept of the LP. But you don't have to use the steps, so you don't have to go, right, I'm feeling fine now, I must use the steps. I must take myself back to a positive memory. If you're already feeling good, you don't need to do that. There is some argument to say, once a day, spending a bit of time getting into a good state would do you no harm at all. That's a kind of nice thing to do, like having a massage or eating good food, but it's not essential. It would probably help to further develop the pathways, but you don't need to, because if you already feel like you're living a life you love, your health is good, you're present, you're here and now, then and you have a sort of flourishing in your life, then we would say you've already achieved the goal that the lightning process wants you to do, which is to move in to a sense of feeling good about yourself, feeling good about life, that you're moving in the right direction. So I hope that clarifies it. You don't need to do the process, or at least the steps of the process all the time. You do want to kind of keep the concept of the process of the stuck to flourishing in your mind all the time, and kind of go, well, am I heading myself in the right direction? Because with any kind of philosophical pursuit, which to some extent the lightning process is, you don't want to just do it on a Monday. You don't just want to be a Christian on a Sunday. You actually really want to live those ideals throughout the whole of your life and your whole of your week. Or you don't want to be a good person who's kind to others just on a Wednesday. You really want to do that all the time. So the lightning process is kind of taking on a philosophy of every moment is precious, every moment is special. How can we make sure that we are bringing ourselves to this moment in the best possible way we can? Now, at the same time, that doesn't mean to say you need to be perfect and always in the right state. That's probably unlikely and unachievable. But it's just like noticing when you're really not, and starting to move yourself into a place where you think, I'm doing well, I'm being the best me I can be in this moment. Because when you do that, not only is it good for you, it's really good for other people. You're more aware, connected, able to communicate, to make a difference. And those things are very, very important as well for our health, how much we feel a sense of satisfaction, fulfillment. So I hope that's useful as a starting point to kind of guide you on that. Do I need to use the steps of the process all the time? Do I need to constantly take myself back? If I'm in a good state, do I need to do anything? So bear in mind, the question is, are you stuck in the pit, or are you flourishing? If you're flourishing, you're doing fine. Hope that's useful. See you soon. Bye.